fort et clair.
Pour Tréguier, Polaris, c'est juste pour vous dire qu'on a quitté notre ponton et on est en train de partir d'ici. Merci beaucoup pour votre hospitalité.
And here we are on our longest trip ever on Polaris. The plan is to sail her non-stop for over 300 nautical miles, that's about 550 kilometers, from Tréguier to Dublin. This will take around 2.5 to 3 days, including 2 nights at sea.
I've just been checking the rudders. It seems to me there is some strange thing happening with the steering, but we'll see. The rudders are all clear and should be fine, so maybe I just need to trim the boat better. So we just had this green seaweed that immediately came from underneath the boat. And there was no seaweed here around for hours, so it's certainly tracked somewhere. We still need to see whether that was the reason. I'm trying to now under engine just to drive her forward and see whether this problem persists, but actually we see a nice and almost neutral, yeah, that's a neutral position of the wheel, so let's see whether that was it.
We decided to lower the sail and run Polaris backwards under engine.
It might be that it's just been that bit of kelp that we lost when we went backwards. The rudder seems a little bit more balanced, and I think it's just a question of trimming the sail correctly now, and then we might be better. We're also roughly a knot faster than we were before, so maybe it was that.
We're on the way with a boat speed of 7.5 knots, making 8.4 knots over the ground. With the wind over the deck of 15 knots, it's a comfortable beam reach.
So welcome to day one of our longer trip. We are to give you a short idea where we are. So that's Tréguier, where we started. I make it a bit smaller. So, and then we will sail across the channel, go around Land's End, and then head north to Dublin. That's the goal anyway. There is a neighbouring sailing boat just over there, that's about 2 miles out. And then on AIS I see that there's another one further out, but we can't see that. We see the shipping lanes passing up and down the channel. We will be crossing first the ones that go up the channel. That's about another 16 miles, so in about 2 hours or so we start seeing some ships coming from our port side, and as we're sailing, so they in theory have to get out of our way, but we shall see. It's always the negotiation between the ships going up and down the channel, but we'll see. Kathrin is going to bed now. The wind has freshened up a bit. It's now between 20 and 25 knots. We've put in the first reef in both sails. The sea state has changed a bit as well, so we have now about 2.5 meter wave. which at times rocks the boat a bit, but Polaris is coping nicely with it. We just passed the main shipping lanes, so that was all through. Nothing really to say other than it's an enjoyable so far day and sail.
Türen zugemacht.
Ah,
Hotel
okay.
Mama ist immer geöffnet.
Na,
Gute
gut.
Nacht. So, gute Nacht von meiner Seite. Es ist nicht ganz einfach zu schlafen, obwohl ich habe so eine coole Schlafmaske, die ich dann anziehe, um ein bisschen dunkel zu machen. So. Aber jetzt vorerst mal eine gute Nacht und ich übernehme dann wahrscheinlich morgens um 12, 1, wenn Daniel müde ist. Bis dahin.
For our own safety, we have the policy on Polaris that whilst in busy waters, we always have one of us in the cockpit. Whilst I am more of a night owl, Kathrin likes the early mornings, so a 6-hour on and 6-hour off watch system suits us well. I take the sunset shift until about 2 AM and then Kathrin takes over for the sunrise and into the morning.
Hey, I'll sing you a song. Hey, I'll sing you a song. When the horn don't blow, I'ma let you know. When the story fails, I'ma be the tale. When your spirit's out and you're full of doubt, when you're far from found, I hold ground. Hey, I hold ground. Hey, I hold ground. Hey, I'll sing you a song. Hey, I'll sing you a song. No matter which way, I'ma be your direction. Show you up from down, we'll get it right, yeah. Oh, come what may, there's no limitations. We get it right this time around, oh. We'll get it right, yes. Then one day, when the sun is out, I'ma hear you say that you're okay, that it took some time to lose the fear, but now you're grateful and singing along.
Good morning from the bridge. It's 8 o'clock French time, so that will be 7 o'clock British time. We had quite a rough night. There was a little bit more wind than expected. We expected around 15 knots. We had gusts up to 26, and this continued around Land's End. We're now just off Land's End, going into the Bristol Channel to cross it, and the wind is now gusting 24 to 28 knots. We have 2 reefs in on a beam, and that's actually quite an okay sail. The wind is forecast to go down later on today, so we take it as long as we can. Meanwhile, as forecast, the wind has dropped. We have shaken out the reefs and hoisted the spinnaker. During daytime, we take our naps in turns. In the afternoon, we had a visit of a large pod of dolphins, probably 15 to 20. They swam in the bow wave of Polaris, playing, jumping and having fun for more than 1.5 hours. In the distance, probably about half a mile out, at one time we saw blowouts, most likely from minke whales, guessing from the fins we saw. Good evening. It's 9:15 continental time. We still haven't changed to the British or Irish time zone. We're in the middle of the Irish Sea, just at the end of Bristol Channel, and the night is falling in about 2 hours. Kathrin has a rest time, I have my watch, and we swap at about 2 o'clock in the morning. Unfortunately, the wind has completely died now, so we're motoring, and as it looks, it's going to be the rest of the journey. So until tomorrow evening, we're on a motor because there's no wind. Good morning to day 3 of our voyage from Brittany, Tréguier to Dublin. It's Monday morning, 9:30, balmy conditions, no waves at all, but also no wind. That's why we're under engine. It's about 40 nautical miles to go to Dublin, so that's another about 7 hours for us. Kathrin is off watch. She's having a well-deserved sleep after having done the watch from 3 to 9. I have taken over, and we are now officially entering Irish waters. So here's another courtesy flag to go up, and we sail into the day. Here's a lovely view on the Irish coastline, whilst I'm enjoying my first breakfast. Kathrin is still asleep, and I just cooked my first breakfast. Some eggs and bread, and maybe there will be some cheese and sausage, all cooked on our electric cooker. After 53 hours of non-stop sailing, we approached Laoghaire Marina outside Dublin in Ireland. It was a great experience. We had a mixed bag of wind from 0 to force 8 gusts and good weather. All the time Polaris had taken good care of us. With another long offshore passage under our belts, we moor Polaris in her berth and go for a celebratory Guinness downtown.